What's going on, everybody? We are on the way to the farm. This morning we are going to lay our corner post. Our corner post for our vineyard are the first 4 posts for the first row, both in post, and for the last row. Right now we have planned to put in about 20 rows, with them being each about 160 feet. Today we have to figure out exactly where the end posts are going to go. Everything that we have done so far on the farm, we have planned out for the future, which means wherever we put our post, it means, are we going to be able to drive around it? Is a tractor going to be able to drive around it? Is a box truck? Is an 18-wheeler? Different things. Once you do it, you do it. So it's in. So a big thing that I always try to do anytime you're planting anything, a tree, you have to plan out for the future as much as possible, which is hard sometimes because, you know, some things just happen. And some things you can control, some things you cannot. But the big thing is that we're going to go measure out today, figure out exactly where we want to put our corner post, get some holes dug, get them in. Then we will go pick up our other post. We've ordered about 180 posts so far for phase 1 of our vineyard. And they were all supposed to be delivered, which would save me a lot of time and hassle. So then several months later, they said that they do not have the capability to deliver that many posts, and so now I have to pick them up. The other day I was in town and I said, let me get 4 posts, and they're like, what about the rest? And I said, well, I don't have my trailer, but I'm just going to be putting in the 4 posts. Once I get in the 4 posts, I'll be able to run a line down each dimension, the length and the width. So then when I dig the other holes to put my post, I will try to keep them in as straight of a line as possible. It probably will not happen, but we'll do our best. It's kind of like planting a garden. And making rows in a garden. And they always say the crooked rows, you can fit more in the crooked rows, something like that, are $1 a day late and $1 short. We probably should have started making videos about 2 years ago, but we've been so busy that, you know, we've literally just been able to get what we can done and then, you know, go back to work, and you know, it's kind of been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears so far with the whole family pitching in. Everybody kind of, you know, trying to, between sports and children and work and all other things, you know, we kind of do what we can, but a door has closed and another door has opened. So now we have a lot more time to work on the farm, a lot more time to get things done. We have been waiting really to get started on the vineyard. We were going to do irrigation first. Now we are gonna do it last. So we're gonna get in our post. And by I mean irrigation, I mean getting a well dug and getting some getting our irrigation system ran over to our vineyard field. That was going to be first priority, and you know, I've had the post ordered for months and months and months. So but now we're going to put in the post. We've done a little prep work on the ground to kind of get things moving and get the ground leveled it was, we planted a winter rye on the field, and after we harvested and cut the rye, we ended up doing, I realized that when I disced the field, I did not have the discs set right. So the ground was not level. And before we put in the post, I was like, you know, once we get in the post, once we plant the grass, you know, I'm gonna have to cut this. And I was like, man, it is going to bounce me around like crazy. So we decided to disc it up again, drag it out. Of course, you know, when I disc it, it makes it worse. I've got to set the disc right, and that'll be another video for another time. But the disc, it disced good, but it does leave a little bit of a trench. It throws a little bit too much dirt to the side, which kind of leaves it bumpy. So I got a drag, and I have been able to drag it out as best as possible to try to get it as level as possible, so that when we get the fence post in, when we get the grass growing, it'll be more level. So when we mow, there's still a few small dips, which I think it'll be good enough to mow. And I also think it'll be good because it'll hold a little bit of the rainwater. When it rains, it'll kind of hold it where it dips a little bit lower, so that'll kind of help retain some of the rainwater that, you know, be soaked into the ground and help our grapevines. So we are planting muscadines, which are native to North Carolina. And if you do not know, I believe it's in Mantau, North Carolina, out near the Outer Banks, just south of Kill Devil Hills, is where the mother plant is. It was the first, I believe, the first discovered muscadine or grape in the Americas. That is where the Lost Colony, it's where the Lost Colony was, Roanoke Island. And I believe, I don't know, don't hold me to it, I've done a small amount of research. It's super interesting. But in Mantau, there's the mother vine, the mother grapevine. I believe it is a scuppernong species, which is kind of, I believe, all of the genealogy of the different muscadine variants kind of run back to that. From what I've learned, I think it was the UGA muscadine program. Some of their videos, all kind of species kind of go back to that scuppernong. Like I said, do not hold me to that. All right, so we are over here at the farm. We are at the vineyard, and right now we are driving around the vineyard field. And the reason I'm driving around the vineyard field is because I got to put down some concrete and some posts and unload everything. But the second reason is I want to see how far to put the post from the ditch, from the front ditch, from the side ditches. I want to be able to drive around and leave some tracks. Like I said in my earlier video, I want to see, to make sure we have enough room, because we plan on these posts being here for a long time. We want them to be here for, you know, hundreds of years, or however long they last before they rot. So right now we're driving around to figure out the distance. We want to make sure, like I said, we want to make sure that that trucks, box trucks, 18-wheelers, the tractor, we want to make sure that it's not too close. Right now we're planning on putting the grapevines, the rows, anywhere from about 10 feet. We may look at doing 12 feet. It really just depends. I know some places, some regions do them way closer. Putting them way closer when it comes time for them to be full yield requires a lot of specialized equipment, and we have to see if that's going to be our method. I know some of the pickers are narrow for that exact reason. And like I said, we have to figure out if we're going to do that or not. What exactly our method is going to be. We have to look into some equipment to see the dimensions. Like I said, we're planning for the future. We do not want to plant the rows too close. We want to make sure, we can get a lawnmower between them. We want to make sure there's a decent amount of space. We don't want them too far apart. There's several species that we are planting that are female, that do not that are not self-fertile. I know they have to be, it's recommended to be about 50 feet from a self-fertilizing or a fertilizing variety. So we've got all that planned out, all the species planned out, or the varieties, I guess, of what exactly we're going to plant. And so now we're just laying the groundwork. So let's get it. All right, so we dropped off our first post, and we dropped off some Quickcrete. We're going to put the end post in concrete. We probably will not put the middle post in concrete. I know a lot of people use the metal T-post. We have decided to do all wood post. We want it to not just be functional, but to look good. Like I said, this is everything we have done has kind of been built out for the future, so we want it to look good, feel good, and we want it to be functional. Like I said, this is the road front where we have where we're going to put our front post. We will put our back post back here. So we'll get everything measured out, dropped off, and go from there. All right, so we got the post unloaded and some of the concrete. Now we're gonna grab the tractor, grab some of the measuring tools, and we're gonna get it laid out, get it measured. I'll do the best to capture that the best I can, kind of show you how what our layout is going to be. field to put in some post. We have the 3-point auger in the background. That thing is a pain and a half, the way it was laying in the barn, to try to get loaded up, but made it work. So now we are driving over. I'm not sure how much sound you can hear me. It's the first time trying it on the tractor. Well, we're gonna get it set up and start digging some holes. What's going on, everybody? We are done with our post. I'm gonna show you a little bit about what we did. You missed all the fun. So once we had started, we had got several torrential downpours, and hence me having to, put up the camera, put up our phone, stuff like that. So I'm gonna show you a little bit about what we did. We dug our fence post. Like I said, these are just the corner post, and we dug them 8-foot post. We dug them 3 foot into the ground. We did put a little bit of quickcrete, about a bag in each one. We angled all 4 of them to, so when the tension is pulled on these, it'll pull it back. So like I said, we got the 4 corner posts finished, and this will give us the start. Now we can run a line, and we can figure out exactly where we're going to put our other corner post. And like I said, we are drenched and soaked, but that's all right. We still got our 4 in. We have to go pick up the other 36 corner post, the 5-6-inch post. So we'll do that probably tomorrow, and weather depending, come out here and finish getting them in the ground. But yeah, we got a first start. Like I said, you missed all the fun that I was gonna do with the video, us digging the holes, stuff like that, putting it in. But it was just way too wet, so we'll have to do that in another video. So we'll catch you later.